and welcome to my channel. I'm Lydia with Raindrop Lila, and today I have a new journal maker kit I want to share with you guys, and these will be available in my Etsy shop. So basically I wanted to make a neutral collection of textiles because I basically started working on a journal. This is a sneak peek to my current journal, and so I've been collecting these, some of these textiles and fabrics for a couple of years, and I decided I wanted to make a neutral journal for this Christmas. It feels like snow to me. It feels, it just is so soothing, and it's very cozy also. So this is my inspiration for the kit, and it also inspired a new collection of printables that I released. Basically, they're my Pretty Neutrals C125. That's the new printables that I just released, and they are available in my Etsy shop. So basically, they all work so well together, and I just love the way everything looks and how well they match. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of the journal at the end, but first I want to go ahead and get started and show you guys these kits. So these kits, this is how they come. Basically, there are the textiles, which I will open up. There's a bunch of cozy textiles and neutral laces. And then I have two textile bundles, and then all these handmade pieces. And of course, my handmade rose. Okay, so I'm going to open it up so you guys can see exactly what is included. I only have a few of these available. These pieces take a lot of time. A lot of my handmade pieces take an incredible amount of time because they are handmade, and even like the little embroidered hearts, I actually go over them multiple times so that they show up, if that makes sense. They just fill up nicely when I go over them a couple different times. Even just cutting everything and preparing them takes like an incredible amount of time. So it's kind of hard for me to make multiples. So I'm kind of keeping them down to like 3 or 4 kits. So that's what I have right now. I have 4 kits, and then I will also have this journal coming to my shop. It's not ready. I'm still working on it, but that's just kind of a heads up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with this. It comes with the hand woven rose. And this could be attached to a journal. You can sew it onto a journal. You can add a little, you can even clip it like onto a wrap, like a ribbon wrap. You can tie it on. You can glue it down. Like I have, this is actually hand sewed on there, but you can take it and glue it on your journal if you wanted to. So I have, each kit comes with a handmade rose. Set it aside. And then it comes with this vintage clothespin, and it has this really pretty yarn on there. And then the little reindeer. I think these are super cute as props in a craft room. Like if you had a little tray with them like this, I think they're so pretty. And then you just use them when you need them. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think they're so cute. And both of these are vintage. I just picked them up at a thrift store, and I think they're so cute. Okay, so I'm going to set them aside. And here is the fabric bundle, or the textile bundle, and I added little bells on there. Isn't that so cute? And it's tied up with this yarn. Okay, so I'm going to open these up so you can see, and I'm going to pull out my ruler so you guys can see the size. These are good size pieces. I love this piece so much. Look at that texture. I love this, the way it's woven. And then, of course, the cream. The leaves on there are so pretty. Okay, so this is approximately 12 by, I want to say 12, but it might be a little bit short. So let's say 12 by 11. I think, if I'm not mistaken, everything is about the size in this bundle. I try to keep them large so that you can use them on a cover, but you can also cut them up if you wanted to and make ruffles. So this one's 11 by about 11. So isn't that pretty? I love this lace. And then this piece Okay, it's about 11 by 12. I feel like you can't see it very well. I'm going to bring these in so I can go like this so you can see it better. Isn't that pretty? I love it, and I love the way the colors vary. And so you're going to have different shades. And so I think that creates a lot of interest in a journal when you have all the different shades. And then there's this one. I love this too. It's like a thicker lace. And then this one's more of a taupe color. And then I should measure it. It looks about 10 and a half by 12. Okay. And then this lace, this is like a cotton lace, I believe. It's about 11 by 9 about. So I think that the lace, all these lace pieces, I really think they look like snow. And then I have the cozy textiles. And I think it's so pretty. It has such a pretty cozy feel. And this is what I used. Where's my journal? Oh, here it is. Okay, so that's what I used for the cover. That's what I started with in my inspiration. So I used this on the inside. So I doubled it up so it's thicker. And then I layered different pieces on here on the inside. And then I included this piece. This is just a really soft, I'm not sure what to call it. It's very velvety, if that makes sense. And I love the way the colors work. This could be its own journal. See that? You just fold it up. You can glue a file folder on there. And this could be a journal. And then this could be a journal. And then we have all this laces. And that's just the main. This is just the main kit. I also have fabric textile bundles. So here are the laces. And a lot of these, what I did was I cut them down. I cut some of them into strips to make, like this one is from this lace. And I made the ruffle, right? Okay, so I'm going to move these here for now. Okay, so that I can move on to these. Okay, and then I have these pieces there. And then I was going to also mention that I put together this little package with batting, and it's soft like this. And this is perfect for a winter journal because it's like snow. I actually use this to embellish my snowy images or cards or tags, and it adds such a nice touch. So you can just pull some of it out and then just glue it down. Okay, so I decided to add some of that to the kit. It's so fun actually to play with. I hope you guys enjoy it. Oh, that's okay. And then I have these 3 ruffles, which I hand embroidered. I just love the fabrics, and I love using these in my journals. I think they add a really nice touch. I'll show you one that I used in a journal. I use it on the edge, and I also use like the velvet one. Let's see, I used it on the edge of this shorter page, and I just think it adds so much to a journal. Okay, then I have this textile tag. I love this. I love working with the different textiles. I think it's so much fun. I love mixing different fabrics. So for this, I use some corduroy fabric on the bottom. And then this right here is a vintage velvet fabric, which I am so in love with. I have just a little bit left, which I split up, and there's a big piece right here that I included because I just think it's so pretty. I love the color. It works so well with these neutrals. It's really nice to have some contrast when you're working on a journal, and this is just perfect. And I love the color, and I love the vintage feel of it. So I used a bit of it for my textile tag, and then I added this little bit of, I don't know, I think it's like teddy bear fabric. I think it's so cute as snow. And then I made the little button snowman on there, and I sewed the little scarf on there around the neck. And I think it's so, so cute. Again, I love using these in my journals. I feel like it adds a special touch. And it's just so cute to just add it to a page right there. Or maybe you can use it on a journaling page. Sometimes, like if you have a blank page and you want to write on it and you journal on it, it's nice to add a tag like this. And you can either pin it on there or paper clip it on there. And it gives it just something really cute to look at as you go through your journal. It's a really pretty focal point. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so basically I have a piece of lace right here. And this is a little bit, is it stretchy? It has a little bit of stretch to it, but not that much. Okay, I have this piece. It's a bit quilted. And again, I love the neutral. This would be a great tag to work on or to kind of build up on. I love these pieces. This is that teddy bear fabric, which I used for the little snowman. So anytime you want to use something that feels like snow, this is great for that type of look. So if you want to build like a landscape with snow, you can use some of this. But this is also really cute if you want to layer like a card, like a journaling card. Let's see if I can show you guys. So basically you would just glue your card on here or sew it on there, and you have that bit peeking through, and having that texture adds so much to a journaling card that maybe you want to use as a focal point. And so I'll do that too for my journaling cards. Then I have this piece. I think it's so cute, and I love the neutrals. And then I have some cotton. This is very, very thin. I use some of this type of fabric right here. So it's kind of layered between the lace bits. And then I have this lace piece. And again, look how pretty it is. I love it. I'll show you guys where I used it in the journal. Okay, I used it right here. Isn't that just so pretty? I just sewed it on here. So I gathered it up a little bit right here because it adds interesting texture instead of having it flat. And then you can see the little girl in her bed too. So it kind of frames the bottom part, but it doesn't cover too much by gathering it up like that. It just adds some detail, and I like the way it looks. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and then I have some more batting. Again, I love using this as snow in my journals, at least for my Christmas journals, but I do use this for my journal covers. So you can definitely use this for a little mini journal if you wanted to, but I also love to make, to just add snow. And it's more of a creamy color, whereas this is more white. And so I love having both options because I will pick whichever one looks better. I don't know if that makes sense. Sometimes like an image will look more vintage, and sometimes you'll have more yellows in an image, and so this one will look better, and sometimes the white will look better. But I think in this case, either one works because you got the blue right here, and then you have more of a vintage look here. So I think both will work. So a lot of times you'll find that both work, but sometimes you'll find that you'll want to use one over the other, if that makes sense. At least that's what I've noticed about when I work with different fabrics, right? Okay, and then I have this, and again, I love the weave. This kit has a lot of pieces that are really great for layering. So if you want to add layers to your journals or to your different pieces that you add in your journals, this is what I do. I layer pieces. Like, I'm opening it up again, but see how I have the different pieces layered? That's what I do. I layer, and I think it adds a lot to a page. Okay, and then this. Isn't this just so beautiful? Oh my gosh. I love this so much. This is like one of my favorite pieces. I love the rose on the creamy background. I think it's so pretty. Or the roses, I should say. I wanted to hoard it all, but I didn't. I cut different pieces up, and I'm sharing them in these kits with you guys. This, I love this also. This is like it's a really pretty knit, I want to say that it's I'm not sure what type of fabric it is actually. I want to say it's wool, but I'm not totally sure. But of course, all this lint and pieces from the other fabrics are kind of sticking to it. But I love the feel of it. If you need to, you can stretch it into different directions, and it stretches beautifully. So if you need it wider, that'll work. This is great for a journal cover. You can add this to your journal cover. You can, again, layer your pieces with it. I love working with it. It's so pretty. I want to see, I feel like I used it and I can't remember where. I did use it and I don't think I have it here. Okay, I have to go get it. Hold on. So basically, I used part of it here. See that? So I made this little tag and I used some of that soft fabric from the first piece. I used it for this little textile tag. Isn't that just so sweet? This is going to be included too. I'm going to add it to the kit. I have these kits all wrapped up, but I need to finish wrapping this one. So this comes with it too. And isn't it a cute little tag? Again, you just add it to a page in your journal and I think it's so cute. Okay, so that is one of the textile packs. Okay, and then I have another one here. And I love this because it has so much just amazing texture. Basically, everything is just tied up with this cotton yarn. And so you can just remove it. And same with this one. You can just remove it so you can use it. So basically, I have the lace here. I got this stuff. This is so cool. It's a little bit thick, but it adds such cool texture. Again, I love layering my pieces in my journal with this type of pieces, like this one right here. I want to show you guys how I used it. Just mix it up with papers and book pages, and it just looks so amazing. I have a bit right here. See that? Let's see where else I used it. I'm not sure, but if you guys keep an eye out for when I finish the journal, I'll do a flip through and you'll see how I use these fabrics because I'm using the same fabrics in my journal. Then I have this large piece of corduroy. I have this. This is amazing. Oh my gosh. This is, again, one of those pieces that I just want to hoard and keep to myself, but I included them in this pack so you guys can use it too because it's so amazing to work with. I love these two. These two pieces are like my favorite, but so are, I think they're all great, but there's something special about these two and then this two also. And then of course lace is lace. And then I also love this. I just feel like it has like a really special touch when you use them in your journals. Okay, and then I wanted to show you guys this piece. This with the little, what are they called at the end? I think it's so cute. Isn't that just so cute? So I wanted to show you guys how I use this piece. So you can see I added different pieces in here. This is an incredibly old piece and I love the yellowing. I might come back and do some embroidery or some more detailed sewing on here. Everything is hand stitched. I added the lace right here. And then I added this piece here. I included it right here, this piece. So you can see how I used it to just do some collaging on the inside cover of my journal. So this is what it looks like on the inside. See that? And then this is my pocket. And so what I'm going to do is I sewed it down like this. And then I'm going to sew it here. But I'm trying to... I didn't sew this completely. See that? I have it open right here so that I can have the option of doing a hidden binding. I'm not positive if I'm going to do a hidden binding yet, but I wanted to give myself that option. So that's what I did here with this piece. Okay, so I have these and then the snow. And I think that's it. I think that is it for this this kit. I also include a paper from one of my kits as the backing, just as something a little bit extra with the kit. Okay, and now I wanted to show you guys a sneak peek of my journal. I'm going to open it up so you guys can have an idea of how I'm using the different pieces. I have this piece that's going in here. I have a little rose too that I made. I just made an extra one. And this can be, I can actually attach a little bullpen and just attach it to like the page or I can attach it either to the pocket or up here. We'll see. I'm not sure yet where I'm going to attach these, but I love having all those pieces. Here's my front page, my first page. I did a lot of layering. You can see I added some lace on there, some of that taupe lace, and then I have some embossed paper. Okay. Again, I used some fabric for my spine. It helps reinforce it, and I also love the way it looks. I have some lace here. I have a ruffle here, which I embroidered. Then I have this page. Actually, I already showed you guys this page. This is how it opens up. I'm thinking maybe I'll add it here. I'm not sure yet. So it's just here for now. I was going to attach it with a paper clip, but I'm not sure. I have this piece, and I was thinking to add it on here. I kind of like the way it looks with everything. Again, the fabric on the spine, I think it adds such nice detail. And then I have a bit here too. This is a pocket. This is tissue paper. I added a ruffle here. Again, my fabric goes all the way, and then I have a pocket right there. I love this paper so much. This is from my paper Pretty Neutrals from last year's Christmas kit. And so it's Pretty Neutrals 124. That's what this one is. And then these other ones, this one and this one, this is Pretty Neutrals 125 from this year. Okay. So look how good they look together though. Oh my gosh. They just work so well. So you guys can tell I really was inspired by neutrals last year. And this year I added to that kit basically. Okay, and then I added this piece. Isn't that so pretty? I love that so much. It's just a little pocket. Oh, and I have this there. I've totally forgot about this one. I don't know if I'll leave it in here. I might end up adding it somewhere else. I may have used some different digitals that are not finished yet that I'm trying to finish and bring them to my Etsy shop. So this one might have been one of those images, and I might have some more in here. But I have a lot of Christmas. You guys can tell I love Christmas because I have a lot of kits in my Etsy shop. I have over 100 Christmas printables in my Etsy shop. Okay, and I have everything. All the Christmas kits are actually all my printables are on sale. Okay, and it's just for a limited time. I was also going to show you guys really quick the printables that will work really, really well with this neutral collection, just so you guys get an idea of which ones are available, because you can really go into any direction with a neutral kit. And I love making my kits to make it really easy for you guys to just sit down and craft. Basically, you can just pick up the fabric kit, and then you can take a look at my printables. I have so many printables that will work really well, and you don't need to buy all of them. You can just buy your favorites or the ones that really inspire you, because those are the kits that they just have that special connection for you. So if you see something that really inspires you or you have a connection with, like a memory from when your childhood or something, those pieces are the ones that are going to make it feel really special for you. Okay, so I have my Pretty Neutral 125 kits. If you go to my Etsy shop, you will see I started to do like a slideshow of each layout so you can see them all. And I also have a short on my channel with my pretty neutrals 125, so you can see all the pages that are included and kind of be able to make your decision based on that. So I have a journaling card printable. I have the tags, the winter tags printable. I have journaling cards with winter art pieces. So they're just really beautiful art pieces. Then I have standard layouts. And then I also have the tall layouts. So if you like making tall journals, you can go with that one. Or if you do standard, you can go with that one. Or I've heard some people combine and they do both. Okay, and then I have the sepia kit, which will work really beautifully also. And I also wanted to mention this isn't just a Christmas kit. It's basically more of a winter kit because of a few of the cozy types of pieces like this. But the laces you can obviously use year round. I also wanted to mention that the textile kit can kind of be taken into any direction. So this would be a great add-on to the kit. Or I have some romantic layouts. These are from last year's. Okay. And then I have rose red evergreen. That one is so, so beautiful. A lot of red roses and evergreen pages. I also have Cornelia's Garden. That collection is great too. It has a lot of really pretty neutrals. This is my pattern kit, and it has a lot of different patterns that would work really well with this one. And again, you don't have to buy them all, but I want to show you guys the different options. I also have vintage winter photos. These are really fun. I actually embroidered snow on them. So I basically would take a picture and embroider little French knots in white or cream, and that is such a pretty look to these photos, and that could be like an art piece in your journal. Okay, then I have Cornelia's haberdashery. These are extra pieces. I use these all the time in my textile kits, so if you recognize some of these are very neutral and they look they work really well. Also, I also have Christmas Bible art type of printables. This is the tall journal kit. There's this one, the winter scene. I love this too. I need to print some of those for this one. This is a wallpaper printable that's neutral. This has some really cute angel images. It has tags. It's a pretty good kit with a variety of pieces in there. So I'm going to use some of these in my journal too. I have the nativity collection also that would work well. So you can see you can take your journal into any direction. You can go with like a lot of the nativity art images, or you can just go with a fresh, with a neutral look, or a winter scenes. And then these are my neutral backgrounds. You've seen some of these in my journal. So these are my framed with, okay, then these, oh my gosh, these are so cool. I love using these so much. My mini flashcard labels, they're so good. Pretty neutrals. I have Noel tall journal pages. These are like book pages. A lot of journaling room on this, and on the pages from these kits. Starlight, I almost forgot about it, that one. That's a favorite. And this one's so cute. I think I showed you, I guess I have two of the sepias on here. Old World Winter, I have these journaling cards. And then I have the Botanical Christmas. And then the Angels printable. Okay, so gosh, that was a lot. I also want to show you guys a few more things that I have in my Etsy shop. I have coffee dyed papers. I have coffee grunge papers in my Etsy shop. And I also have some Journal Maker kits with some darker colors. This is like a nature themed kit. And then I have this one, which is my woodland themed paper kit. Okay, so that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little share. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful Christmas. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.